When you're talking about third-party property management, what kind of advice do you give? What do you tell people to look for in a good property management company?
One of the things that I think is most important is to see exactly what that property manager will do. What I find really interesting is one of the most popular questions we get in lady landlords about property management is, so what do they actually do?
Mhm,
What are they there for? And I think that's so interesting that we have to kind of start at like that level.
mhm,
And I think one of the first things is really walking them through what those services are that are kind of taken off the responsibility of that owner's property. Because I think that landlording, or property management for that matter, but like managing tenants is really a skill. It is something that definitely takes time. It's an art of how to manage people. And that goes the same way if you're a manager in an office or a manager of a small business, to just managing your tenants. Like those are skill
mhm.
sets that people have to have. And to be honest, not everybody has that managerial kind of skill set. I am a very big believer of, it's if it's not your strength or something you like to do, it should be outsourced.
Mhm.
Pay
That's
somebody
so
else to
true.
do it.
Yes.
um, but we have so many members that are long distance investors. One of the major questions that they always come back with is, well, what do I do if this breaks? Or how do I find tenants if I'm not nearby? Or
Mhm.
how do I, how do I do this construction? Or how do I make renovations? All those things. How are those handled? And the answer is then always a third party property manager.
That's 100% true. Even as a local investor self-managing my own properties, I found that once I brought a team on and we put systems in place, my properties started performing better. You would think, oh, you're
Yeah.
managing your own properties, they're going to perform just as tight as you can get them. Well, that's not true. I
Yeah.
mean, I bring in a property manager that's better at daily execution on these things. We bring in a leasing agent that
Mhm.
is able to show at different times and hours. We bring in a maintenance coordinator that's getting all that. Like they just run better when you have a good property manager involved, right? Now, obviously, there's good and bad. So,
But there's good and
there's
bad in absolutely
yeah,
everything.
oh, absolutely.
So you still have to find the right person. Once again, we're
Mhm,
talking about, how to find the right person, the person
mhm,
that's really going to manage your properties most efficiently. And that the whole point of hiring that property manager is to make kind of a landlord's position, I guess I will call it easier,
mhm.
but just a little bit more fluid, right? Like I'm saying, not every owner or landlord, if you want to call them that, is going to be a great property manager as well.
Mhm.
So you really kind of everybody needs to stay in their lane and really put people in the right position to do their jobs most efficiently.